Hello guys, welcome back to Data Forge by Piyush. In our last videos, we have learned how to read a JSON file in our PySpark code. So this was the sample JSON file which I have used in my past videos and I am going to use this in my upcoming videos as well. So this JSON file contains basically two entities, school and student. If you just expand this school, you only will find these three columns. There is no such hierarchical data stored here. While in the student, if you expand, you can see you need to further expand this student sections. Why? Because it has data of 3 students. So as many as student it will have, it will store data in that number of hierarchical. So you can see again it has one hierarchy of marks for all the subjects for one student. So this is the data store pattern in JSON file. So about this in detail we already have discussed, and how to read a JSON file. This is the basically code to read the JSON file, which we already have discussed in our last videos. So what we have seen there, we only are getting this school and student, but we basically wanted to have all of this data, kind of city, established year, name, and this kind of data in a columnar format. And more if you go, this is the student as a array data type. Student is a array data type, and it has further data stored in the hierarchical down the line. Now we need this age, class, department, all of this data for all the student in a row columnar format. Basically, this JSON data we want to convert in a structured format. Before that, we need to actually expand this in a columnar format, right? This student data, all of this data we need to expand it. So how we can do it, we are going to learn in today's session. For that, so this is the data frame df JSON, df underscore. So I'm just going to write new data frame, which is df underscore new. We are going to select some columns dot select. Now how to expand this student array type data in each column? This is something we can do using explode function. Explode, and which column you want to expand, that is student. This all the functions I already have imported from PySpark SQL functions library. So this is the mandatory line you always have to write before you start your any kind of operations in PySpark. So this is, I already imported this function, and I'm going to use it and perform the operations here. Let me execute this. We can see this command has executed successfully. Now let me display this df new data frame. We can see we have received these many rows. Earlier you must have seen all of this data was stored in a single row, single column, single row. But now what we have done is we have received all of this data in a at least in a 3 separate rows. Now we need to convert this in a columnar format. It was all in a one cell. We converted it in a row. Now we need to divide in a column format. So this is how we move forward to convert all our JSON data into structured format. How we can do is, see, now this data type is a object data type. You cannot further explode this. You cannot further expand this, because it only supports array type or your list type or your map type column explode. Like this explode function only supports your which column basically has the array data type or your map data type. So this is how you can explode at least to distribute data at row level. Now for column level, how we will do is, what is this column name dot alias? I am going to give some name, student, detail. We can see now our one column is student detail. How we will segregate this in a columnar format? Let's see. df in a columnar format, df new dot select, df underscore new dot. Now you have to give explicitly the column name like age, class, department, gender and student ID, right? This is something student ID. This is what we are student ID we want in a columnar format. What all columns you want? df underscore new dot student detail. You have to put student detail as well. It does not contain okay, first name and all. So what it contains actually? Gender, age, city and state, right? Does it contain city? No, only age, gender, right? Detail, let me write the code first. Student detail dot gender. So as of now, I'm only trying to convert this data in a for two column only. I just need student ID and gender. So student detail. Let me execute this command. This has been executed successfully. Now let me display it. See, we have received this data set. Now you can see student ID as well as student gender you have received in a row columnar format. All your columns in a column name in a columnar and column place and all your data in a row manner. This is how you can convert your JSON data into structured file format. So for further, what you can do, you can write as many as column df underscore new dot student detail dot. Now what I want? Class, age, class, age. Let me execute this. We can see we have received some more informations in 4 columns. What all classes they are studying and what is their respective age. So this is how you can convert all your JSON data in a structured file format or structured data frame like in a columnar and row manner. This is this is something you can use for your further calculation, because applying any kind of transformations, kind of join, filter or your group by aggregation is not something possible with this semi-structured or unstructured data. For that, always you need a structured data. We have converted our JSON data or unstructured into structured format. So this is now is the best usable data and you can use for your further calculation.